I think the real eco-vandals here are the people who are opening up over 100 new oil and gas licenses, knowing full well that's going to create large parts of the world becoming desert, where you can't grow crops, where the coral reefs are destroyed, forests are burnt, where we have an unlivable planet. I don't know how that's not eco-vandalism that we should be focusing on instead.
What do orange towns and black fountains have in common? Well, they are both examples of so-called eco-vandalism. These acts designed to raise awareness of climate change can often prove highly controversial. Recently, in one of Rome's hottest tourist spots, Italian activism group Ultima Generazione, or Last Generation, dyed the 18th century Trevi fountain black with supposed vegetable charcoal. And according to Rome city mayor, the cleanup operation will involve draining 300,000 liters of water. It was all a protest against fossil fuels, with the activists linking their action to the flooding crisis Italy is facing. Closer to home, the UK's Just Stop Oil group hit headlines when they sprayed orange paint on buildings across London.
Hi, my name is Alex de Koning. I'm a spokesperson for Just Stop Oil and a 25-year-old climate scientist. You may not agree with the tactics of Just Stop Oil, but ultimately, we're humans trying to fight for a better world, and I hope that you would want to see this better world, and I hope that you would respect that and like to be a part of it.
Just Stop Oil is the global group demanding the complete stop on licensing on all new oil, gas, and coal projects. But people have been quick to judge Just Stop Oil activists and brand them as deserving of punishment for their methods. One of their most controversial moves was throwing tomato soup over a Vincent van Gogh painting at London's National Gallery.
We would not get the same coverage if we did other tactics. It's very sad. Just Stop Oil spent 2 weeks blocking 50% of all oil in the southwest of England. 50%, it was incredible. And I got nowhere near the same coverage as two people throwing soup on a Van Gogh painting. Throwing the soup on the Van Gogh painting got more people talking about the climate crisis and about fossil fuel licenses than when 33 million people got displaced by floods in Pakistan. In the same way with the Trevi Fountain, they did that action in order to highlight the horrific floods that are happening in Italy right now. Tens of thousands of people losing their homes, many people already dead. I think a little bit of black paint in a fountain is hardly a proportional response to the fact that Italy is still subsidizing new oil and gas.
So, are these methods harming or helping their agenda to tackle climate change? And what role is the UK media's coverage of their protests playing?
Under normal circumstances, these kind of things would be unacceptable, right? But this isn't normal circumstances. This is governments knowing full well the effects of opening up new oil and gas and still plowing ahead with it, despite what the International Energy Agency has said 2 years ago, despite what the IPCC report has said, what every major political party in the UK has said, what every major climate scientist has said. All of the advice is just being ignored for the sake of profit. So yes, absolutely, it's really sad that we're having to do these kind of tactics, but it's completely proportional to what we're facing. And it doesn't get the coverage otherwise. Of course, we're tired of doing this. I'm particularly tired of being othered by the media, of saying like that we're different, that we're fanatics. We are just ordinary people. In Just Stop Oil, some of my best friends are like 70 years old or 21 years old. There's an amazing range of people and ages. We've got construction workers, teachers, grandparents, students like myself. It's tough to do this, to take this much time out. I'm doing my PhD in green hydrogen production at the moment, and it's tough to find that balance of doing a PhD and doing this full time and having the constant weight of the climate crisis, because you need to know about it in order to give these interviews. So ultimately, we are frustrated, yes, that more is not being done, but we're still very much humans. And I wish more people would, come to a social and come and meet us and see that we're not what the mainstream media sometimes pick us out to be. One of the things that keeps me going is that we're not just fighting to stop new oil, we're not just fighting for lower emissions. We're fighting for cleaner air, we're fighting for a cheaper public transport, for warmer homes, for insulation, for more income equality, and for the oil and gas companies to be taxed. Ultimately, we're fighting for a better world. And if that's not worth putting your time, putting your money, putting your body on the line for, then I don't know what is. Why can't we all just be a little bit more optimistic that things can change for the better?
What do you think? Is eco-vandalism ever justified?